Reading viral books for 24 hours. Which viral books did I choose? First up, I'm going to start off with the book you guys most likely all know, Powerless by Lauren Roberts. There are elites who have powers, and then there are normal people who are powerless. Their society one day decides that they want to get rid of all the powerless people, and our main character is part of the ordinaries, meaning she's powerless, and then somehow she ends up being in a situation where she has to show that she has power, and we'll see how she's able to fake that from there. You guys all know this is very hyped up, especially on TikTok. I'm going to start with this book. Yeah, I hope I really like it. I'm also at my parents' house. Parents don't know I have a YouTube channel, so I'm not trying to get caught. I'm gonna do it with the stopwatch method, so let's start the timer. 24 hours, let's go! We are home, and I think I'm starting to get sick, but where's my book? But I am at 1 hour and 56 minutes and I am currently on page 159. So far, I'm really enjoying this book. It is really easy to read. The chapters are really short, so it feels like you're going through really quickly. It's really cute so far. I'm really enjoying it. It looks like she is an ordinary who's pretending to be one of the elites, and she's pretending to have psychic abilities just by kind of deferring from people's bodies anything that she can tell from them. So like if they have like a wedding bantan and they're no longer wearing it or something, then it's indicative that they were married before. Stuff like that. Kind of like Criminal Minds, where you can kind of infer from people's whatever they're wearing or their demeanor. And somehow she got roped into competing into a competition where she has to try to win using her ability, which of course she has none. So that's gonna prove to be very difficult for her. And I'm already starting to see the romance in here, which is really cute. So I'm really enjoying this so far. So I'm gonna go take a shower, get ready for bed, and then I'm gonna read this until I fall asleep, which probably won't take me very long. Hopefully I feel much better tomorrow morning. I'll be right back. Cheers. Guess who's feeling better? This girl. I slept very hard last night. You know, you can tell when you sleep really hard or you had a light sleep. I slept very hard. Also, I had a derpy moment. I'm at 24 minutes because I accidentally reset my timer and it was at a minute shy of 2 hours. So I'm basically just gonna stop at 22 hours and 1 minute because that's gonna be 24 hours. I was reading very sleepy. Although I was enjoying myself, I got up to page 187. And I'm really liking this book so far. Yes, it reads very YA. It kind of feels like they're kids. Like she's very stubborn and he just finds that laughable. So it reads kind of like a YA. If you know that going in and you know that you expect to like that kind of story, then you'll enjoy this book. Also, I can't stop touching the raised words. So I'm gonna get to work and then hopefully I can read during some breaks. I am doing laundry right now, so... Okay, so I'm gonna be doing some stuff while I listen to Powerless on audio, and I'll start my timer again. I'm listening to it on audio.
Watching her chest rise and fall with steady breaths.
Well, that ended on a cliffhanger. Can't wait for Powerful. I really liked it. It was a little bit more shallow than I would have wanted it to be. I was into it, but not like a really, really deep way. I'm just like holding on to this book because of what happened. I have heard this book be compared to The Hunger Games, which I agree with. They are pretty much fighting for their lives in a competition and they were forced to do that. So it is pretty close to The Hunger Games. I kind of wish the games were a little bit more intricate or more interesting. I think maybe that was one of the things that I felt was a little bit lacking, but still really cool. Don't want Powerful to be so hard to open like this was. Darn it. Oh, I forgot to stop the time. There we go. Oops. But I understand why this went viral. It was very cute. I really liked it. 4.5 stars. My final rating, 4.5 stars. So what to read next? I'm in a romance mood from that book, so I'm gonna go with Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I know you've seen this book everywhere. Either this or the orange version. I prefer this one, hence why I got it. Again, I like that it's like raised from the actual base of the paper, so it's nice to feel. This is another super viral book, love story. So basically from the back of the book, it seems like there are two main characters who were childhood friends / lovers. Something happened one day and then they lost contact with each other for like a little over a decade, I think. And now years later, she is engaged to some guy who she's not super in love with, more like he looks good on paper. And then they get back in touch and now she needs to decide who she wants to be with for the rest of her life. I'm hoping this doesn't make me uncomfortable because, you know, she is engaged to a person. I don't want to feel uncomfortable. I do have to get back to work. I'll start this in a bit. Good morning. It is a full 2 days later. I'm sorry. But I was really productive during this time. Anyways, I have started Love and Other Words by Christina Lauren. I am on page 153 and my time is currently at 5 hours and 45 minutes. So I'm making good time on this one. Well, mostly because with Powerless, I did do a hybrid of reading the book and also listening to an audiobook. And audiobooks tend to be slower. So this book took a while. This one I am breezing through. It's actually a very quick read. The flow of it is pretty easy to read quickly. I mean, it's cute so far. I just don't like the premise of it where she has to choose between her fiance and her childhood friend / lover. I'm just hoping it doesn't make me as uncomfortable as When True Loves by Taylor Jenkins Reid did. I'll continue this. However, I do need to stop by a couple of places in the library to pick some of the next books for this video. I'm back. I can't believe they didn't have it. They had 2 copies of that book and they were both out when I got there. How popular is that book? Okay, well, at least I got the one book. Dang. Darn it. That was such a fail. Good morning. I finished Love and Other Words last night. It was actually much better than I thought. It was cute. I actually even got teary-eyed at some point because of this book. It's not my favorite, but it's okay. I still like this book and it was a really fast read and the floppiness is just perfection. The reading experience was really good. So basically, the story goes back and forth between the present and the past, and it's a cute, sweet story of how 2 people grew up together, fell in love with each other, and they just fit. Like, they just make sense. 4.25. Like, it was still good, but this is not my favorite kind of premise. Love triangles are great, but only if it's at the beginning stages of the love triangle, not if like you're full on engaged to some guy. Yeah, but 4.25, which is not a bad star rating. It's an okay rating. It was an enjoyable read. Next, I'm gonna move on to what I've been really wanting to read for the longest time. Has so much hype. Please tell me another book that has even more hype than this book. Fourth Wing by Rebecca Yarros. I am going to read this kind of behemoth. It's not like it's a very big font. How many pages is this? Oh, like 500 pages? It's over 500 pages. I hope I like it. This one is about a girl trying to become a dragon rider and she enters a competition with like hundreds of other competitors in it. And I guess she's like kind of petite or just small. So it just doesn't look like she can win a competition that's based on your physical capabilities because she's so small. Which I can totally relate to because I am a pretty small person. Yeah, I guess I'm gonna be living vicariously through her. Oh gosh. The anticipation. Let's read. Okay, let's begin.
I've got an internet crush. She's not a celebrity, but she's taken. Still can't help falling in love. Can't take the hint and give up. I've got an internet crush.
It is now a full over a month later and I still have not finished this video because I went to Europe and I was just being too ambitious prior to Europe and I thought I could finish the video but I could not. And then the time just came to it. I'm like, you know, I think I'm gonna have to give up on the video. So that's where we are right now, is trying to finish the video. I apologize for the very big delay in the video, which none of you guys will really see. So hopefully it's okay. But I am past over half the book, so I have read a good chunk of it. While I was packing, I was listening to the audiobook. I thought I was being a little time efficient, but I guess not, because all it did was just add hours to my timer, yet not really get me progressed into the book. So I'm at 13 hours about. How do you guys like my new microphone and microphone holder? Since I have read over half the book, I can tell you so far how I like it. I do like it. I just don't understand why it was so viral. I think other fantasy books are on par or even better than this book, and they weren't as viral as Fourth Wing. I mean, I like it. It's fine. It's a good read. I'm entertained. In the story, I don't understand. It almost seems like they value life, yet whatever competition that they're in, they can die pretty easily and they can kill each other pretty easily too, which that doesn't really make sense to me if you value life. So I just, I don't know. The ease with which these people can drop like flies is kind of, really? I feel like it's supposed to be more devastating than that, but it's not. It's just kind of like, he's falling to his death. Oh no. That's what it feels like. But otherwise, I am really liking the romance in this so far. It's kind of cute. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna continue to read this and then I'll check in with you in a little bit. Let's start it back up again.
Your hair looks longer than last June. There's so much I've been dying to know about you.
Can I just...
But we've been distant. Is it too soon to call pretending it's to ask you what's new?
Alright guys, it is a few days later. I'm sorry. It is a few days later, but I finally finished The Fourth Wing. Yay! My thoughts haven't really changed from what I said earlier in that this book is okay. It was a fun read compared to other fantasy stories. Why did this one in particular get that viral? Who knows? I just thought it was a little bit longer than it needed to be, but that's okay because I still had a good time reading this book. I would rate it a 4 stars. 4 stars. Yes, 4 stars. I am at the 15 hour and 20 minute mark. So now that I've finally finished The Fourth Wing, we get to move on to our next viral book, which is gonna be The Silent Patient by Alex Michaelides. This, I'm sure you guys have seen this everywhere too. It might not be as popular as The Fourth Wing, but this is a very, very popular mystery thriller book. I know that there is one big plot twist in here, so I'm really excited to see if I can guess it while I'm reading the story. But basically the gist of this story is that there is a seemingly perfect couple and the wife just one day offs her husband and she just doesn't explain why she did that to her husband. So she just remains silent, hence the silent. And then she goes off into a psychiatric ward, which hence the patient. And then I think we're also going to follow a criminal psychotherapist who's really intrigued by her story and tries to get to the bottom of why she did what she did. I'm told that there's a huge plot twist that I'm very excited to guess for while I'm reading this story, so I'm hoping I can guess it. Or actually, no, I'm hoping I don't guess it and I'm just completely shocked. But yeah, this is going to be our next book. I definitely plan on binge reading this. Let's get to reading.
It's easier said than done when it feels like it's hopeless. I'm begging you, please hold on. Maybe reason tossing and turning.
Update, I am on page 137 of this book and at 16 hours and 42 minutes. This book is pretty fast paced, so I'm having no trouble getting through it. I think I'll finish it pretty quickly, so let's keep going.
Maybe reason tossing and turning. It's 'cause I'm scared one day you won't reply.
So I just finished The Silent Patient. Wow! Oh, and I'm also at 18 hours and 10 minutes. You know, I had a lot of suspicions as I was reading this book, and I'm proud to say that one of my suspicions were correct, but then again, I did have a lot of suspicions. But it was a fun read. The chapters are really short, so it's just like a really quick read. Yeah, and I'm happy I read this book. I wouldn't say I was like completely blown away. I was just like, okay, yeah. I would give it a 4 stars. I'm giving it a 4 stars, yeah. It was a good read, quick, fast-paced. What I will say about this is, so Alex either did a lot of research about psychology or he just knows a lot about psychology. He put a lot of that knowledge into this book and it just made sense. So I really appreciated that and it just made for a really good book. But 4 stars. I liked it, but not like a, oh my gosh. So it's a solid 4 stars. We'll move on to our next book. You cannot deny that this book went super viral. Everyone in our book community has heard about this book, whether you read that book or not. And that is It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. I can't believe they didn't have it. They had 2 copies of that book and they were both out when I got there. This is gonna be my first Colleen Hoover book. I have no idea what this story is about at all. I guess I should just read it right now. Let me read really quick what it's about and then I'll be right back. It's a romance story, which I guess I thought I knew. And I guess it's a new guy that she likes, but also a guy that's from her past that she used to like has come into her life again. So I'm wondering if she has to choose between the two. I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, this is the first part. And then the second part is It Starts With Us, which is very counterintuitive because It Ends With Us is the first book, but It Starts With Us is the second book. I'm just kind of afraid of everyone's opinions. Please don't get me wrong if I rate this a high star rating. Just if I enjoyed the book, I enjoyed the book. I'm gonna give it the stars that I want to give it. Please be nice if I happen to rate this a high star rating. So let's go ahead and start our timer. I'm just gonna read for a little bit and then I'm gonna probably go to the library to get a book because I have a book on hold and I've been waiting for it for months now. Finally, my turn to read it. I'm at 18 hours and 10 minutes and let's start the clock. We just finished watching Inside Out 2. It was really cute. Did you like it?
Yeah, I liked it.
I'm totally bombing his YouTube time right now. They introduced embarrassment, anxiety,
What's ennui?
ennui, the boredom,
Oh.
and then there was one more. Oh, envy. So I thought that was pretty cool, right? Did you like the movie? Mm-hmm. Okay, good. So I'm gonna go ahead and take a shower and then continue reading It Ends With Us, probably in bed. So I will see you later. Okay, I'll be right there. I did not read before I went to bed last night, but I did read today and I read up to page 146 and I am at 19 hours and 32 minutes. So taking a little break now, gonna go help my husband. We bought something. I'll show you. I took the mic off so that my husband's voice and my voice will have the same level of decibel level. We bought an inverted table so that we could kind of stretch our backs.
Is it called inverted table?
Yeah, I think it's called an inverted table. That's what... I don't know. That's what it's called. And it's quite heavy. We're going to leave it down here. That looks like a lot of work.
Let's do it tomorrow. It's gonna be a lot of work.
Okay, I guess we're doing it tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
Okay, so back upstairs we go. And we're back. As I was saying... Oh, he's coming down again. Did you need something? Let me wrap up the book really quick. Anyways, It Ends With Us by Colleen Hoover. So far, I'm actually kind of liking it. It's interesting. So the whole story of it is we're following our main girl and she has a childhood friend and she has a guy she met in the present time. So it kind of goes back and forth. And I think the boy from her past just caught up with the present. So I am very interested to know what will happen next. But I'm liking it so far. Gonna go help him now.
Tastes like honey, call me hurricane. Waking up to sun when I'm out again. I didn't let it trade me when the pieces fell out of place. Unlock the top.
Finally done!
아,
Uh-huh.
내가 이렇게 하는 거야? 이 스트리 맞아? 꽤 가는데?
Mm-hmm.
시원하다.
Yeah, you like it?
I like it. 너무 좋아.
Good. Yay, done. Good morning. I am happy to report that Moon is very much enjoying the inverted table. But please remember, this is not medical advice. We bought it for his needs and he wanted that table because it can be dangerous. Just letting you know. And be careful of getting stuck as well. Okay, moving on to the book content. I read more last night. I am currently on 254, chapter 22, and I'm at 20 hours and 29 minutes. So far, wow, I did not expect this level of intensity in this book. I thought it was more of a romance book. I'm uncomfortable. This is not a flowery romance book at all. I'm just gonna give my final thoughts once I finish this book. Let's do that and yeah, I'll be right back. So I just finished the book. I now know why it's titled It Ends With Us. My gosh. This was an intense book. I didn't expect it to be so complicated. Definitely check the trigger warnings before you read this book. There's a lot of different stuff that's like, wow, that's a heavy topic. As a book and what its intention was, I think it made its point. But it's not what I was expecting. I was expecting more of a romance. I wasn't expecting the read to be this heavy. So I'm like really conflicted on what star rating I would give it. I don't know that I enjoyed reading this book because I thought the writing was good, but it's still not a book that I would want to read, nor would I want to recommend it to other people. What do I give it? I'm gonna give this a 4 stars because it elicited the feelings that the author was probably trying to elicit. I was invested in the story. I wanted to know what happened, but also, did I enjoy my time reading it? Not really. So 4 stars because it was written well, but not like in a way that I would want to read again. So is 4 stars a high rating? Hello, you wanna come? It's okay. We're about to go on a walk. But yeah, 4 stars. And then I'll tell you my next read after I come back from the walk. See you soon. Okay, back from the walk. It's hot out today. Oh! Oh no, are you guys okay? I think it'll be okay, hopefully. Oh dear, sweating. Oh my goodness. Moving on to our next book because I am at 21 hours and 21 minutes. Oh, 21. So remember I have the 2 hours that we need to add onto this. So I basically have about 39 minutes left. I'm gonna go ahead and start our next read, The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. You guys, I've had this book on hold for several months. This is the longest time I've waited for a book at the library. I was like number 167 or something like that when I first put this on hold. I was like, it's okay, I don't have to read it right now, so I'll just wait. But it actually came at the very perfect timing for this video because this went definitely very viral and it was finally ready for me to pick up. So very happy about that, coinky dink. This one, let me read the back of the book. I'll be right back. 1 second. Okay, I kind of actually still don't know what this means, but it looks like the point of view is from the housemaid, and the housemaid works for a rich family and tries on her clothes and stuff. And she found out that the room she resides in, the door to that only locks from the outside, which is odd. So I don't know who's supposed to be the weird person here. I'm hoping this is also a quick read. It looks like, oh, not a very long book. 322 pages. We'll see where I get to in 39 minutes. So let's get to reading. Let us start our timer. Let's go! You guys, we finished the 24-hour challenge! Yay! Remember to add 2 hours to this because of my very dumb mistake at the beginning of this challenge. We finished the Reading Viral Books for 24 Hours challenge, and I am currently at page 74 of The Housemaid. So far, I'm liking it. You know what? Because I did do the audiobook for a lot of the Fourth Wing, and it adds a lot of hours to the challenge, I'm just gonna go ahead and finish reading this book actually, just so that I can review it at least for you guys, so you guys are not left hanging. But so far, this book is pretty fast paced, so I'm kind of liking it. It's just like a really easy read. So it looks like our main character, we're following the housemaid who is a live-in housemaid for a very rich family, and the wife that she works for is a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, if you know what I mean. And it's just a little scary to be around that kind of person because you just never know how she's gonna react. She's just kind of having to deal with that right now. But unfortunately for her, she doesn't really have any other opportunities for employment because she was in prison for the last 10 years. So it's not very easy for her to get a job. So she's just grateful that she has a job, but also freaked out by this wife. And then so far, she is living in this small room that does only lock from the outside. So we'll see if she's in any real danger, which sounds like it will be because of the prologue. Like, it looks like something major happened in this story. I'm just going to continue this book and finish it so that I could rate it properly for you guys. And I'll be right back. I finished The Housemaid. I actually really liked it. I didn't think I would like it as much, but this was pretty good. I think I liked it even more than The Silent Patient, which I wasn't expecting. But what star rating would I give it? There was nothing really wrong with the book. I mean, I just finished this book and I'm trying to collect my thoughts, really evaluate what I think I would rate this. So maybe while I'm editing, I'll go ahead and put the official star rating right here after I've really digested what I just read. But this is pretty good. And this is a trilogy. At the end of the book, you can tell that there's gonna be another book. This was not bad. Like, I'm pretty impressed with it. Pretty good. Will I read the second and third book? maybe. There were a lot of surprises in this book, but I'm afraid the second book might be a little bit repetitive of this book. And maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what the second book is like. Has anyone read the second book? Let me know. And let me know if you liked it. That is the end of this 24-hour reading viral books challenge. Thank you so much for joining me on this challenge. I read 5 books this time around because I had the audiobook. But I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!
Someday never comes, road trips and shotguns.